Hi guys, this is John Adams, the Rehab and Documentation Guru. Sorry for the not so great lighting. I'm sitting in my car outside and I got the sun shining. Beautiful day, just doesn't make for the best filming. This question had to do with group and concurrent and seeing dementia patients. What were my thoughts on seeing dementia patients with group and concurrent? Well, firstly, I would say that you know your patients better than I can. So you would be the best person to determine that. Secondly, though, here are my general thoughts on that. You still have to provide care that is of such complexity that only you could safely and effectively deliver it. For some patients, that complexity obviously involves various factors, and the more complex the patient's cognitive status, the more likely you are not able to see them with other patients at the same time. I need to back up for a second. Concurrent, just like group, is a mode of delivery. So you're still using the same tools, Therex, neuromuscular rehab, gait training, ADL, things like that, but you're delivering it either individual or concurrent. So it's just like group in that sense. And so you have to ask yourself is, can I legitimately, safely, and effectively put this patient together with other patients where even with divided attention, I am able to make sure that they have safe and effective treatments. And for some dementia patients, that's just not going to be possible. Here's another consideration for dementia patients and grouping or concurrenting them, if that's a word. With that said, you can you could easily probably group a patient in early stage dementia. But once you start getting to mid-stage dementia patients, mid-stage is going to be very difficult to group or concurrent. And here's the reason why. These patients have limited attention span, and they can pose a safety issue. I have a patient at home who, thank God, has a saint of a wife taking care of him because he's clearly in mid-stage and he's probably going to transition soon to late-stage dementia. But he's still a wanderer. And unfortunately, I've made him stronger and he's now ambulatory, whereas before he wasn't. So, it's a good thing, like quality of life wise, and he's actually more perky because he's doing things. But he's also getting up frequently. And thank God his wife is on top of things and she loves him to death and she's got family support because it would be a difficult situation. Can you imagine if you had a group where you had several patients or even one patient in mid-stage who had a tendency to get up easily distracted and you need to have one-on-one attention with them, and they're constantly disrupting the group? How effective, using that word, is that session going to be for group for the rest of your patients? Is it legitimate that you see them for that group time when you're having to focus so much time on the one patient? So that would be something I'd say about dementia patients. It's going to be variable how much time, how much attention they can give to you that'll make a group or concurrent even a possibility. When you have mid-stage dementia, as you progress towards late stage, you even get down to the point where you've got like a 1 minute attention span and that's about it. And so you're constantly having to do diversional activity with these people to keep them safe. And so I would just play it by ear. I would assess your patient carefully. I would determine whether or not they can really be intermittently supervised by you or they need that constant attendance. And then lastly, I would say this is if you have a patient on the dementia scale, have either yourself, if you're a PT, find a scale you feel fairly comfortable with, or maybe OT and or speech is involved. Try to get them to do a standardized test that'll tell you whether they're in early, middle, or late. Early stage, late stage, probably you could safely group and or concurrent. Of course, group interaction with late stage, probably not a reason to do group with those people, but they'd probably be a lot safer because they tend to be more immobile, although you do have some wanderers in the beginning of late stage. Anyway, I hope you found that helpful. This has been John Adamson, the Rehab and Documentation Guru, wishing you a pleasant day where your patients get the best from you. Take care. God bless.